Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at parenting plans. So this is a big one,
It's
right?
huge.
Especially for anyone who's going through
Yeah.
a separation or divorce
Right.
and figuring out that whole co-parenting thing.
Oh, co-parent. It's a really heavy topic, right?
Yeah.
To come in with.
Yeah.
A little bit of lightness and approachability, I think it makes a big difference.
Totally.
Especially because for so long, this whole area was just, legalese and like you go to a lawyer and
Yeah.
sign papers and
Right.
you don't even know what half the words mean. And that's stressful enough on its own.
Yeah, and I think even the term custody, which is what we used to use all the time, it just
Yeah.
feels so like,
Way to do.
like who has custody? It's like,
Well, and it has this underlying idea of control and ownership. Like,
Right.
who has the power? And that automatically sets up this adversarial dynamic.
yeah, it's that whole winning and losing thing.
Uh,
Which, like, I can't even imagine, being in that headspace.
it's awful to think about this as who's winning and losing when it comes to your kids.
Have you ever worked with anyone who's really, like, in that mindset?
All the time, unfortunately. People get really caught up in proving a point,
Right.
and they forget that the kids are the ones who are really affected by all this.
Totally.
But that's where this shift to parenting plan comes in.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What is a parenting plan?
So basically, it's a document that outlines all the important details of how you're going to raise your kids together
Okay.
after a separation. So things like where they're going to live, how you're going to make decisions about their education and healthcare, holiday schedules, even things like extracurricular activities.
Wow, so it's really comprehensive.
It's meant to be because the goal is to
Yeah.
minimize conflict and create as much stability and predictability for the kids as possible.
I mean, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because, kids thrive on routine and
Yeah,
knowing
easy
what to
control.
expect, especially during a time that's already really unsettling for them.
Right.
So having that clear parenting plan in place can really help them adjust and feel more secure.
Yeah, ultimately, it doesn't matter what you call it. Whether it's a custody plan or parenting plan, what really matters is
Right.
that you have a plan that works for everyone.
100%. I still think the language we use has to have some kind of impact. for
Oh,
me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're constantly thinking in terms of custody and battles and winning and losing, it just sets up this whole
Yeah.
negative energy. But when you talk about creating a parenting plan, it implies a more collaborative, respectful approach.
Totally. And it kind of goes back to that, you focus on expands idea.
Mm-hmm.
If you're focused on winning, you're probably not going to be as open to compromise.
Exactly. You're going to miss those opportunities to really work together and create something positive.
What would you say to someone who's listening
Yeah.
and maybe just starting to think about creating a parenting plan?
I would say, first of all, take a deep breath. This is a big step, but it can be a really positive one. And try to approach it with that mindset of collaboration. Imagine you're sitting down with your co-parent, not as adversaries, but as a team whose goal is to create the best possible plan for your kids.
Yeah, I love that. So it's really about shifting the focus from control and ownership to shared responsibility.
Exactly. And putting the needs of the children at the forefront.
So whether you call it
Uh-huh.
a custody plan or a parenting plan, the key takeaway here is that you have a clear roadmap that prioritizes
Yeah.
the well-being of your children.
Couldn't agree more.
Awesome. Well, this has been another deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
And as you move forward, just think about this. What kind of emotional environment do you want to create for your co-parenting journey?
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, everyone, until next time, happy co-parenting.